Welcome to the channel. The purpose of channel is to facilitate students in learning physics at their convenience. It is a class without a classroom, so learn physics at your convenience. Let us start our today's lesson. The topic is convention of using SI units. Student, today's lesson is simple, basic but very important regarding using SI units. You know, in physics, we frequently use units. There are few basic points to remember while using units. Let us discuss them one by one. Number one, while writing the full name of a unit, you should know that it will not start with a capital letter. The name of full unit should not start with a capital letter even if it is after the name of a scientist. Very important thing to remember. Let unit of force is Newton, and if I write full name of the unit of force Newton, and if I write it with capital N, so it will be confused with the name of the person Newton who was a scientist. Therefore, I should write it with small n to make it clear that I am talking about unit of force, not the person. Similarly, unit of pressure is Pascal. If I write it with capital P, it may be the name of the person. So I should write it with small p. Similarly, Curie, the unit of radioactivity, after the name of scientist. If I write it with capital C, it may be the name of that person. So, to clearly show that I am talking about the unit of radioactivity, I should start it with small c. And similarly, small h for hertz. So it is first point to remember, when you are writing full name of a unit, it should not start with capital letter, even if it is after the name of a scientist. I hope it is clear. Now we move on to next point. Next point is that related to this, symbol of a unit after the name of a scientist will be a capital letter. Now, from symbols, you will identify that this unit is after the name of a scientist. Newton was a scientist and Newton is the unit of force. So I represent it with N. However, if there are compound symbols like Curie is the unit of radioactivity and its symbol is Ci. So first C will be capital and second letter will be small, Ci. In case of compound symbols, first will be capital and second will be small. Look at this, Pascal. Compound symbol P will be capital, A will be small. Ampere, unit of current, after the name of a scientist, its symbol will be a capital A. Hertz, units of frequency, compound symbol, first H is capital, Z is small. Joule, after the name of a scientist, symbol will be capital J. So it is second point, the symbols of the units after the name of scientist will be capital letters, and in case of compound symbol, the first letter will be capital, second will be small. That is the second point. Now, third point to remember. Symbols will not be expressed in plural form. Yes, look at this. 5 newtons. Newton is the force of a unit of force. 5 newtons. And when you write it in symbols, you will just put n, not n's. So that means that the symbols will not be expressed in plural form. 5n, not 5n's. Next point. The prefix must be written before the unit without a space. You know, prefixes are the words that show, or the symbols that show some powers of 10. They represent some powers of 10 and they are used before a unit to show some powers of 10. When you are using prefixes with a unit, then there should not be a space. The prefix must be written before the unit without a space. Look at this unit of time, 8 microsecond. Micro is a prefix, second is unit. So when they are written collectively, there should be no space. Microsecond. Similarly, unit of length, nanometer. Nano is prefix, meter is unit. So there should be no space. That is another rule to remember. Next point, combined units are written with one space apart. Students, sometimes we write a combined unit at the end of a quantity. For example, the unit of torque is Newton meter. Newton for force, meter for moment, arm or distance, length. So there are two units combined, Newton and meter. They should be one space apart. For example, power unit is joules per second. They should be one space apart. Next point to remember, compound prefixes are not allowed. Interesting, very important point. Look at this value, 6 millifarad. Milli. Two prefixes are combined here, compound prefixes, and they are not allowed. So it is wrong. Instead, we should write it like this, 6 microfarad. Micro means 10 raised to the power minus 6. Milli means 10 raised to the power minus 3. So instead of writing 6 milli, we should write 6 microfarad. Proper, a correct prefix should be there. So it is correct way and it is wrong way. Compound prefixes are not allowed. I hope it is clear. Now we move on to next point to remember, that is, the power of a multiple is applicable to whole multiple along with the base unit. A bit complicated point, let us try to understand it. If you are given a value 2 centimeter whole square, or you can write it like this, 2 into 10 raised to the minus 2 meter whole square. In this case, here is exponent and here is the original value, 2 into 10 raised to the minus 2 meter. When you are taking square, the square will apply on the whole term. That is, 2 will be squared 4 and 10 raised to the power minus 2 will be squared minus 4 and meter will be squared meter square. This is the power of a multiple is applicable to whole multiple along with the base unit. And last point to remember is that all the physical quantities involved in a calculation must be expressed in SI units. Means when you are calculating some value and the physical quantities which are involved in that calculation or that formula that you are using, all of those physical quantities should be expressed in SI units. Means if length is there, it must be expressed in meters. If time is there, it must be expressed in seconds, not in hours and days. They must be expressed in proper standard SI units. Similarly, mass should be expressed in kilograms. Then it will give you correct answer. Students, these are the few points to remember while using units in physics. Students, thank you for sparing your time to watch this video. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe the channel. Take care of you. Goodbye.